how do you manage complex projects? After the topic, we will have a discussion on what we are offering at GBS Dubai, the construction management program, which has been approved by POSA. Now, coming to construction management, it is required for overseeing the planning, design, and construction of a project. The main goal of construction management is to safely deliver a project. Every project will have a scope, and then the project needs to be maintained within the cost as well as within the time schedule given. And at the same time, we have to maintain the quality of construction. So always a construction project works in the triple constraint of scope, that means deliverables, features and functionality. We cannot compromise on that. And also we should always keep a track of the cost and it should be completed on time. And the quality also should be maintained. Now, in any construction project, there are different project teams that will be working. One is client team, the other one is architect and engineers that constitute consultant, and consultants generally work on behalf of the owner or the client. Now, these are contracting companies or contractors. They will actually work on the site for the project. So there'll be contractors, that will be general contractor and will be subcontractors. Now, coming to construction, a process by which a team builds infrastructure or any other structure, that will be known as construction. For example, anything that starts on the ground and that gets constructed up is known as construction. Basically, we can say that there are two types of construction. One is vertical, the other one is horizontal construction. Now, based on the occupancy, again, the construction can be subdivided into residential, industrial, commercial, or heavy construction. So I will show you some pictures of the construction. Now, coming to vertical construction, anything that goes up vertically is known as vertical construction. So here you can see buildings or foundation, parking areas, any structure which is constructed vertically, we can say it as a vertical construction. So you can see the pictures of different buildings over here, which comes under vertical construction. Now, if you're constructing a structure horizontally, then we can say it as a horizontal structure. For example, you can see an overhead bridge, and also you can see roads, railways, pipelines, water lines. All these comes under horizontal construction. Now, here, based on the occupancy also, there are different classifications. For example, in this, you can see a range of residential construction starting from small houses to mega tall buildings. Coming to commercial and institutional construction, you can have institutions, stadiums, hospitals, universities. These all comes under commercial and industrial construction. Now, the third type based on occupancy is industrial construction, wherein you will see these type of buildings related to industrial zones. For example, warehouses, industrial buildings, plants, nuclear power plants, wind farms, and so on. The fourth classification is infrastructure and heavy construction. For example, in this picture here, you can see the utility services, that is the pipeline network. And also here you can see the construction of a dam. So all these comes under heavy construction and infrastructure category. Now, let's talk about construction management process. There are mainly 5 phases starting from project initiation till the completion stage. We'll see one by one. For a proper construction project management, you need to know about the entire life cycle of construction project. So the first step is project initiation, wherein you will be translating the idea to the project work. So if you're not sure about the project work, at this stage, you can always go for a feasibility test in order to see how realistic the project is. Going to the next step, which is very important, which is project planning and definition. Just like any other business, even in the construction business process, you need to properly plan. And in this stage, you should not be forgetting the budget as well as the timeline which is being given to you. The third step is project execution and launch. And at this stage, if you have already properly planned, you need to follow whatever you have planned in the previous stage. Now, if there is any mistake in this stage, which can damage the entire project. Now, the fourth step is project performance. Now, during this project performance, you will always need to check how the project is progressing, and also at the same time, you have to keep an eye on the budget or cost. So, during this project performance stage, you will have progress meetings, that is weekly meetings or monthly meetings. Project closeout. This is the final stage in a project completion stage in which the contractor will be applying for building completion certificate, which is known as BCC. And once the client accepts, the client will be providing with TOC, which is taking over certificate. So once taking over certificate is done, the project closeout stage will be completed. Now, what makes a construction project complex? As if you remember the second picture that you have seen, in that there are so many stakeholders involved in the project, the client, then the consultant team, the contractor team, and then subcontractor team. So one of the reasons for making a construction project complex is a lot of stakeholders involved in the project. Now, next is lot of activities, lack of resources, some iconic structures because of unique design, then lack of risk management. Now, let's talk about stakeholders. As you have seen, there are so many stakeholders in a construction project. Direct stakeholders are there who are directly involved in the project, and indirect stakeholders are also there who are not directly a part of it, but they are also an integral part of construction. Now, coming to construction activities, here you can see a construction activity which is related to substructure, which is foundation of a building. So here also, even for the foundation of a building, there are numerous activities within a particular component in the structure. That is one of the reasons by which a project becomes complex in nature. So as a project manager or construction manager, you need to identify all the activities which is related or which comes within that scope. Now, next is lack of resources. This applies to any business. So similar to that, even in construction industry, if you are not having if you are having lack of resources, which is in terms of cost, which can be in terms of time, or it can be in terms of professionals or certified professionals, then it can create problems during the execution of project. Now, coming to major projects, these are the major projects which are unique in nature, and because of this nature itself, the whole design itself will be complex, and there will be design challenges because this is a particular type of building that has been constructed for the first time. So they will definitely face challenges in these type of mega projects. This is the recent library building, that is Mohammed Rashid Library, which is recently constructed in 2022 here in Dubai. And all these buildings I know you are familiar with. Coming to risk management, lack of risk management is always a problem in all the construction projects. Risk can happen in construction project at any point of time, but based on the experience of the construction manager, they will prevent the occurrence of risk from their experience. That is why mostly in complex construction projects, everyone will be recruiting construction managers with prior experience in similar kind of projects. Next is why construction management. By using construction management, you can save time as well as money. And also the quality assurance will be there. And there'll be improved resource management, that is optimization of resources will be there. and there'll be proper management of risk, and also it improves the business decisions. Now, coming to saving time and money, whenever the project is running, there will be a track of the project progress. There'll be monthly, weekly and monthly meetings so that you can have track of how your project is going from the planned state. And also you will always check on how the cost is going. Is it within the budget, planned budget or not? Coming to quality assurance need to be done in every construction projects. So based on the standards available, uh, from the beginning, you need to always check on quality assurance. There are different techniques wherein you can go for quality assurance. Generally, we say the cost is proportional to quality, but there will be suppliers where you can get quality materials at an optimum cost. For that, you will have to do some techniques like benchmarking so that you can keep the budget as well as the quality in place, which also meets the project requirements. Coming to improved resource management, a technique that has been used in construction management is resource leveling. That means if there is over allocation or if there is less allocation of resources for a particular activity, you will have different strategies that you will use. For example, if it is critical path or critical chain or crashing or fast tracking. For example, the best example for you to understand is fast tracking, wherein you will be speeding up the projects by running the activities in parallel. So two or more activities will run parallelly and you can manage the project. Another technique is crashing. That means the project timeline will be reduced. That is how what is shown over here. The project timeline will be reduced by assigning extra resources. Now, coming to critical path method, critical path means the total duration of the project depends on the duration of critical activities. So this project duration will be dependent on critical and non-critical activities, and you will be going forward with critical path method so that you will identify the critical activities and non-critical activities and you will plan accordingly. Now, critical chain method, there will be interdependencies between the various construction activities that will be taken into account for critical chain method. Now, next is management of risk. This is a very important part wherein you will have to oversee risk. So, for example, and you will identify the different types of risk. So, in this case, in this figure, you can see if the impact is high, the probability of occurrence of the risk is high, it will result in high priority. So in those cases, you need to think about avoiding the risk. If it is not possible to avoid the risk, then you have to think about minimizing the risk by using different techniques. So you need to oversee the risk, you need to identify, you need to quantify it, and you need to go for risk mitigation. There are different elements of a risk mitigation plan. You can turn down the project, that is one thing. The other one is you can transfer the risk by means of bonds. Then you can mitigate the risk. For example, one of the risk example I could say is the material which is not being delivered to the site on time. So in that case, what you can do is you can change the suppliers and also you can provide the training and whatever requirements to the workers. The other one is accept the risk. You need to create a contingency plan and you need to reduce or mitigate the risk. Coming to improve business decisions, since you are managing a project properly with a proper plan and you're always checking the progress and also the cost, you will get to know the money spent on resources, how your project is progressing, is there any risk, you are overseeing the risk. So before a problem arises, you are spotting the problem so that you will be well aware of it so that you can better tackle it. and you will be avoiding bottleneck situations, and also your project will be data driven project management, and you can use similar kind of experience to run another project. Now, how do you manage complex projects? You have to always follow the standardized procedures. You should have a well-defined scope. Scope should be a common objective for all the stakeholders in the construction. You should be ready to accept risk. There could be changes because of unforeseen circumstances like natural calamities or anything. You should be always ready to accept risks, and you need to plan just like any other project or just like any other business. You need to plan properly. There should be a common understanding between the multiple or diverse stakeholders. There are so many stakeholders, so everyone should work hand in hand for managing complex projects. And there should be effective workforce in the sense they should be certified, they should be experienced, they should be a professional. Coming to summary, for managing complex construction projects, there should be a well-defined scope, and the scope should be clear to all the stakeholders. In just like in any other business, communication is the key. There should be a proper communication between different stakeholders, so that if there is any conflict, that can be resolved. Always embrace changes. You need to be focusing on or ready to accept the changes. And this construction is a interdisciplinary field that always need to be accepted, and there are uncertainties which can come in the form of risks that need to be tackled. So these are my references, and I will now talk about the program, construction management program, that has been offering in GBS Dubai. So our program is Pearson BTech Higher Nationals in Construction. So we have two levels, level 4 and level 5. Level 4 is higher national certificate in construction, and level 5 is higher national diploma in construction. It's a 2-year program. So in these 2 years, you will be learning construction technology, construction practice and management, construction information. You will learn more about BIM, building information modeling, legal and statutory responsibilities in construction. In this unit, you will be knowing or understanding about the construction process that happens in this part of the world. That means we are following the regulations given by the regulatory authorities over here. And you will be introduced to how to get building permit, how to apply for building completion certificate, all the things starting from the initial stages till the final stage. Now, these highlighted in red color units are core units, and in both the years, you will have to do a project. In the first year, you have individual project, and in the second year, you have advanced courses, contracts and management, project management, and management for complex building projects. And as optional units, you have environmental assessment, alternative methods of construction, and professional development. And for second year, you will have group project. Now, typically this BTech Higher Nationals is equivalent to university year 1 or 2. So once you complete this HNC and HND, you can go for higher levels, or you can progress to other universities, or you can also progress for, you can go for employment. Now, higher national certificate, the credit is for 120 credits. Even higher national diploma level 5 is also 120. So together it will be 240 credits. Now, so as I told you, this is a 2-year program. Total qualification time is 2,400 hours, but there is a guided learning as well as independent learning. This is higher national qualification delivery here in GBS. 1 year, we have 4 semesters. Each semester 1 is from September to December. Semester 2 is January to March, 3 from March to May, and semester 4 is from June to August. One semester means 10 weeks, and in each semester, 2 units will be delivered. So our students and those who have done BTech Level 5 Higher National Diploma, they have progressed to different universities which are accredited. The universities have accepted our students in these programs: BSc Civil Engineering, BSc Building and Surveying, Quantity Surveying, Architectural Technology, Building Services Engineering, Construction Management, Project Management, Facilities Management, as well as Structural Engineering. Now, if you are going for employment after finishing H&D, there are different scope: design and build coordinator, site supervisor, planning engineer, then site manager, project manager, health and safety, QA, QC engineers. Like that, you can also go for. Now, abbreviations: BTech is Business and Technology Education Council. HNC is Higher National Certificate. HND is Higher National Diploma, and CM is Construction Management. So in a nutshell, we can say Pearson qualifications are vocational. We always give the site-oriented work to the students so that they will get to know about what is happening in the real world. Learners develop and apply the knowledge that the employees are always looking for. Most of our students are working in different companies. This is an assignment-based system, so there is no exams. The grading is qualitative. That means we are awarding pass, merit, or distinction, and stress and tension free. And also our external standards verifiers from Pearson have appreciated our efforts. So in addition to that, in GBS, GBS Dubai is situated in Dubai Knowledge Park, in Block 5, near to all the facilities. Transportation arrangement is available. Even the accommodation is also available, and you can avail different scholarships available. So if you're someone who is looking for construction management career, please reach out to our admissions team. So these are some photos of. Yeah,
Yes.
these are some of the photos of our GBS Dubai. This is our GBS in Dubai. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rashma. That was really, really great to hear. All of that knowledge was extremely valuable for people who are associated with GBS and prospective students. If we have any questions for Dr. Rashma, we're happy to answer them now. If there are questions related to admissions, myself, my colleague Pawan, we can also answer those. Also, we have recorded this. So I will be taking the recording from my colleagues, and I will put this recording on a link, which can be shared as well later on with anyone who potentially missed this. Do we have any questions? I don't see any questions. With that said, I think I just want to thank. Oh, we have a question from Priyanka. I'm going to unmute you, Priyanka, and then we'll move on to Naira, who also has a couple of questions. Right. Oops.
Priyanka, I've allowed the mic. You can unmute yourself, I think, now.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Very good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I have a very generic question that we receive generally. Somebody completed their civil engineering from India. They have BTech. Okay. Now, when they're planning to come to Dubai, they're looking for HND, Higher National Diploma. So it's like, why they should go for HND? Because it's a diploma certificate, and they have already a bachelor degree from some certain country. So how it will help them to enter into Dubai and get a good job?
Okay, I can understand your question because we have students who have completed even bachelor's in civil engineering as well as bachelor's in architecture. And what they are looking forward here is mostly to know about the regulations which here, the local regulations that we follow over here. So you will get to know about all the details starting from the start of construction till the end. So plus we also have tie-ups with industry. So you can also come here. This is like work and study. So you can come here, look for the jobs, and with your experience or with your degree, and also with the experience that you get from this qualification, you will be in a better position, right? And
Yes.
Mr. Pavan, would you like to add anything on that?
No, in general, Priyanka, for all the programs, the kind of the topics or the kind of the modules which are chosen and delivered by our program leaders is for them to get successful jobs in this market, right? That's why we always say that we are a very study and work oriented kind of a higher education provider, more of a vocational training for the students, because whatever they're learning is actually the live market experience which is going on. So not just restricted to what Dr. Rashma said for construction, but it's very similar for all the other programs as well.
Okay, thank you. So adding to that, actually, ma'am, if somebody is looking for architectural design or health and safety management courses, so can we pitch them go for H&D in construction management? Will that help them?
Yes, there are students who are working in diverse sectors. It's not restricted to any of the sectors. Many of our students are working in different sectors.
Okay, so yes, like somebody is coming from health and safety department, they can also choose this one.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, ma'am. Yeah.
Priyanka, see, this course, construction management, in a nutshell, is not only for civil engineers. You actually
Right.
learn project management skills. You'll be getting a lot of students who are inquiring for a PMP, a project management professional program there,
Okay.
where you learn about, how to do time management, how to start a project. You deal with a project and you have to put timelines to it, that okay, your foreman should complete in next 3 months, 4 slabs
Okay.
has to be done, etc. So it's a very time oriented and like time management kind of a project management role. But the good thing is there's a lot of abbreviations and a lot of topics which will be similar to what a civil engineer learns. But you are not a civil
Mm-hmm.
engineer, but you are managing a civil engineer after this course.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also,
Okay. Got
Priyanka,
it.
if you see,
Mm.
civil engineering, though in construction field, it's a multidisciplinary field, right? You must be knowing about it. So
Yes.
we have a lot of people working from different diverse backgrounds. So you will get always a good response, and also from the certification has a value. It will have a high impact on your profile as well.
Okay, that answer my question, ma'am. So last question I have, when we talk about hands-on experience, so like will like our student will be going on some site, or there will some software they will be using if they are going for H&D program for 2 years.
Here we are having industrial and institution engagement programs, and we are regularly conducting site visits, and also we have hands-on workshops, and we will have invited lectures from industry who will be sharing their experiences. Uh, yeah, like that.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Naira will be our next question. Naira, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, actually, Dr. Rashma, for the presentation, which is brilliant. You mentioned, I have one question. You mentioned that it's construction management level 4 and 5, right? So for my market, I represent CIS and Russia. People are coming like graduating school, 12 years school, so they need a foundation. And at GBS Dubai, we have two type of foundation, like the business and IT. Which foundation would be like right to like suggest, or in this particular?
I think Mr. Pavan, would you be able to answer that? The age group, may I
Okay,
know the
yeah. So
age
no,
group?
no. Sorry. Can you just repeat the last part of the question, Naira? Your voice got cut after that.
We
Last part.
don't have. Yeah, the last part, we don't have foundation specifically for engineering or construction, right? So
We
which
don't
one?
need we don't need foundation for construction. A student who is either a high school student from a commerce background or even from IT background, this they can choose this program. It's not necessary that they should know certain pre-required qualifications or something like that. So it's open to all kind of program. So but the student who has taken some science bit in the school will be having some more advantage for this program because they'll understand the terminologies used in the modules, but the business students also can use it because again, as I keep on mentioning in my presentation as well, that this is a management program which is into the construction sector. It is not a civil engineering program. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So there's no need that a student should be from a science background or from an engineering background to pursue this program. If
Yeah.
if I have taken grade 11 and grade 12 in an Indian curriculum school or from Turkey or from Russia or in any of the country, right? Where if I want to enter into a field where I know that I want to work for a real estate, for a construction, or for property dealing, etc., all these kind of sectors, this will be a good program to start with to understand how the whole management is done when you enter into a construction sector.
Yeah, I understand. So, for example, me as a student graduating from like high school, can I enter to the program 4 and 5 directly after the school?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
That
tag
was
level
my
4
question.
level 5.
Yeah,
Absolutely
okay.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. In addition to that, we will be giving you training because it's an assignment based submissions that you are doing. So through that also you will get to know about the all the process which is related to construction, in and out. All the things that is related to construction you will get to know.
And just to add on to your question, Naira, from your region, there are certain students who have to do foundation, right? And they want to go to construction. So the best way to present it to them is that you have to tell them to do level 3 in business to finish the foundation in business first, and then they can progress to construction management in level 4 to answer your question.
Yeah, that's what I needed because they
Yes.
cannot go directly from high school to because they need the
Correct.
foundation. Okay.
So to answer your questions, that's what. So I click later that you're from a different region altogether.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in your case, you will instruct your
It will
students
be
to do
business
level
info.
3 business first, and then go to level 4 and 5 construction
Right.
management.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, guys? So I guess like Junaid, Dr.
I
Rashma,
think
I
that's
think we
it.
can close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Rashma, one more time. Pawan,
Thank you.
to all our attendees, thank you so much, and for your questions, Naira, Priyanka. And we look forward to being in touch with you again. I have the registration list of all the people who attended today, so I will be sending you a recording link shortly after. Okay, you can share it with whoever you want to share. Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you
day.
so much.
Take
Thank
care.
you all for
Yes.
joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.